Hello, Alexandra. You're the first one. Alexandra, how's the quality of this broadcast right now? Hello, David. You are second. Guys, can you see a quality difference in the broadcast, in the live streaming, compared to how it was before? Can you make some comments for me, please? Is it blurred? It's perfectly clear here. I wonder. Hello, Marielos. Really? It is actually, I've never seen it this good quality here because I switched today from OBS, which I used, it was an open broadcasting system, was used in conjunction with YouTube to, do all the configuration and all that. But today I'm using Chrome, which was simple. I just clicked on, no configuration, no nothing. And the quality is amazing from where I'm standing, from where I'm sitting. Before I could hardly see this clear at all, ever. And I wonder if you guys are also experiencing the same thing or no difference. It is much easier for me this way because no configuration, no fuss, just click on. Hello, Jennifer. David, compared to the other days, because this is the first time I'm using Chrome, the other days I've been using OBS. I just want to see if it is any difference for you guys as well. Hello, Petra. Good to see you, dear. Guten Tag, or guten Abend. Must be nighttime there. Jennifer says I'm doing better, but still low over breakup. Yeah, of course. It's a normal thing. My goodness, even if you eat lots of food, you will bloat a little bit and it takes a while to digest it, let alone emotional problems, which it will take a time to digest. So don't worry. And she says, why do I need a man to validate me? It's not about a man. Why do you need anyone to validate you? There could be friends who are not in romantic relationship with you, and yet they're still negative, or you think that they have to validate you, or your validation is in their hands, or affirmation. These are the things that are conditionings that we have received since childhood, which you need to become aware of it. And one way to become aware of it is by watching the YouTube stuff that I have, over 1,000 videos now, and many of them talk about the behavior of the mind, the movement of the mind, and understanding the inner psyche, understanding the amazing effects of our thoughts and how we feel, how we perceive life and perceive ourselves, and how we've been conditioned to react to things the way we do, instead of really knowing why is it that we feel the way we do, on what basis, what's at work, what's the role of thoughts and consciousness in this, the fear, desire, and ego. What are they doing here? What is their take and their influence on the way we feel, act, and react in negotiating our daily life? These are the things that makes things clear for you, and you will not be looking for anyone's affirmation or all these. People have different issues. Some are jealous, some are shortcoming in everything, some just they can't see you successful, some they don't want you to be successful so that you will look like them, so they will feel good about themselves. There are all kinds of inner psychological issues that people have, that you shouldn't become dependent on the opinion of someone else, who that someone else is hoping for somebody else's opinion to make them feel good or validate their effort. So just become free and independent by learning about your inner psyche, the roles of thoughts and consciousness, fear, desire, and ego, how they act and react and make you respond or handle and be subtle and relaxed, and coast through life, building your life, focusing on your life without the dramas and the nonsense that goes around all of us. Hope that was a good plug for my video and my books. And go on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com, and get the Me, My Psyche, and I. Me, My Psyche, and I. One of my books, which is really, really very nominal now. You price of a coffee, you can get it. I turn them into ebooks. So purposely, I turn them into ebooks so they'll be very, very cheap, and brought the prices down. If you go on Amazon, you will buy them at like $34 and $26 and so on. But on my own site, it's like $4.99, $5.99, $6.99. Go get them. At least the Me, My Psyche, and I. And then for transient thoughts, the thoughts that appear in your head and you don't know what they are, where they come from, what do they do there? What do they have to do with you? Do they define you? Do they say anything about you? You will know what those thoughts are, and that's called Transient Thoughts and Me. Get that one as well, $4.99. And I think with these prices, everybody can afford it, and that was my intention, so people can afford it and benefit from it. There's stuff in there that could be useful to all of us. Now, moving on, after the plug and the commercial for the station identification, we now moving on to see. Oh. Hello, Tiffany. Yeah, Petra, it must be what, line 9 or 10 o'clock at night in Germany. Where are you in Germany, Petra? I forgot. Jennifer says, you're so funny. What? What did I say? Plugging my books? What do you think I'm doing here then for? Oh, everything is free but my life. So get on with it. Go on, go on my site. Get the book, for God's sake. Nah, you guys, I forgot my tea. This is terrible. I have to have my tea here. So Michael says, hello, Mehran. Hi, Michael. What's up? He says 38 Germany. See, there's a good guy. There's a German discipline protocol. 38 German living in Fontenay, Roses, France. Oh, yes, I remember you now. David and Michael are always observing the protocol very, very simply. Anand says, Mehran, sir, referring to our previous discussion of regret and begging, I'm feeling much better, much well than before. Good. Thanks for your response to them. Just one more thing. I know there's a but in there. I'll say, hang on, I got to get my tea. Otherwise, this won't be as fun as I hoped it will be. So one moment. And for that, I need my cup, of course. Okay, now we're in business. Sorry about the interruption, guys. So, and that continues, says, I value my ex as a person and often think that if I can be in touch with her, not to convince her to go back, but just a formal hello type. She's a nice girl, and I wish at some time she will dissolve hate between us. Listen, I understand what you're saying, but why is it that you think it is important for you to be in touch with someone who doesn't want to be with you anymore? For whatever reason, right or wrong, I don't care. What is it? What is your need for that? We were just talking about affirmation with Jennifer, I think it was. Why do you need affirmation from someone out there to tell you, oh, you're a good boy? I don't hate you. Why do you need that? Why can't you just accept the fact that you don't care if she hates you or not, as long as you don't hate her? You're only responsible for your actions. You're trying to bring about a certain kind of a change in her perception of you, as if it's important to actuality of you. It's not important what she thinks of you. You are who you are. You're as good and wonderful as you can be, and as you want to be, and as you are. So it doesn't matter who does think this way or not, you are still who you are. Remember the analogy I used? Doesn't matter who likes spaghetti or who doesn't. Spaghetti is still a spaghetti. Just as delicious, just as how it tastes, doesn't matter who doesn't like it. It still doesn't change what spaghetti is and how it tastes. Same thing with anything else. Fruits, flowers, plants. Some people like the color of it, some people don't. But it still is what it is, and it shines the way it does when the light shines on it, and how other people see it and like it. So if you understand that, then you will see that it really doesn't matter what she thinks of you. It matters to your own evaluation in your own psyche. The image you have of yourself is the image of someone who's liked by everyone, or by this girl, because you think it is important for you to have her like you because you like her. That's all. When you actually move on with your life and focus on your life, you really don't give a shit if she likes you, hates you, or whatever. As long as you don't hate her and you just love your life and you're kind and respectful to whoever is respectful to you, that's all it matters. You can't be hung around and be responsible for how people feel or think about you or about things. You just got to do your best in your life and affect people in a positive way and help things grow and develop. That's it. The rest of it, you can't have much to do with it. Right? So let's go on and see what oh, hello, Prince. So Prince, you also think this quality is good here? Mika, good to see you. She says, hello, Mehran, joining a little late today. That's all right. I was just getting my tea. I was late too. I wasn't late, actually. Lottie says, so there is generally the clear difference between right and wrong. But sometimes it really seems to be just a matter of opinion. How to reach the compromise, or at least agree to disagree. Sorry, guys. I was in a conversation with my son, which I always like to inform about before I stop texting. So now, so You say that there's a clear distinction between right or wrong in some things, yes. And you wonder, sometimes really it seems to be just a matter of opinion, yes. And how to reach, when it is a matter of opinion and it's not just clear right or wrong, you wonder how you can compromise or at least agree to disagree. Well, you don't have to wait for the other person to agree to disagree to call it that you've agreed to disagree. You can simply agree to disagree and say, well, you know, whatever. And move on. You don't need their acceptance of this. Okay, we agree to disagree. The hell with it. If they're not, you know, lightened up here, that they constantly want to argue about something that is just an opinion and could be different between different people about certain thing, you know, again, the same example about food. You know, you can like a food and somebody doesn't like a food. It's an opinion. It doesn't mean that that other person has to like the food. He cannot like it. The food still is what it is. And in your opinion, it's good. And in his opinion or her opinion is not good. Okay, that's it. Nobody gets hurt. And both have the way the things should be for them. And that's it. So there is no compromise necessary there. You just simply have to acknowledge that your views are different. Why does there have to be an agreement when you're not causing them trouble or difficulty and they're not causing you difficulty because of their opinion? They're not imposing it on you and you're not imposing it on them. You just, I've learned that recently, you know, many years ago, the whatever lingo sometimes really works. It's the best thing to say. Well, you know, the opinions also could be clear to you that that other person's opinion is actually not right. But because it's not really hurtful and it's not making a difference to your lifestyle or whatever it is that you're doing, you don't mind it and let it go. But in order for you to understand why that is, let me explain something. Number one, I got to shut off my cell phone in case it will simply disturb our conversation. Now it's done. Look, opinions are formed in most cases about things like you're talking about, not fundamental things, about things that are just conversational and things like that, based on the perception that you get from your memory on that subject. Because every one of us have an array of information in our memories accumulated through years, through our cultures, religions, customs, books we read, things we researched, whatever it is that we experienced in the past. We have all these information here. And when we see something or pay attention to something, often we don't see it as it is, as actuality of it, or the facts on the ground. We add to what we see, or we simply move away from what we see. We go into our memory, which there is a similarity of that circumstance or that information or that situation in the memory. And since in the memory, everything is known, that's why we call it the field of the known, we feel more comfortable to accept whatever it is in the memory of a similar circumstance to this that we are facing with. And we pursue that, and we are simply basing our, forming our opinion based on that information, that experience, not the actual one that is right here in front of us. Because it's more clear, and it's already done, no surprises there, and everything is known there. And instead of you actually focusing and paying full attention to what it is that you're dealing with, you simply see it, and then you're moving into the memory, perceiving it now. And you're actually thinking your opinion is about this, where this could actually have subtle differences, which your opinion becomes invalid if it would be really focused on this particular matter, which you don't when you end up going into your memory and perceiving this situation or this thing instead of seeing it. And that's when the differences between the opinions, how subtle it may be, comes along, because one of you could be perfectly focusing on the actual situation and making an opinion on that particular circumstance, and the other one is actually making his opinion based on the stuff in the memory, a similar circumstance to that. And guess what? If both of you are perceiving the situation or the thing that you're making an opinion on, hallelujah, that's when everyone says, I'm right, and the other one says, I'm right, and they disagree, and the opinions are actually on the same thing, but different. Why? Because they seem to be on that particular thing that is happening and is in front of them, but they're actually being perceived according to what's in their memory, and the opinions are coming from the field of the known, the memory, not about that thing. Because if they both focus thoroughly, pay attention full on that particular actuality of what it is in front of them that they are dealing with, the opinions would most likely come to be the same if they're both sane and of a similar intellect and experience. So they will carve through it as it is, and the opinions would be similar. But when they go into their memory and perceive what it is, the opinions become totally different and not even accurate to what it is happening in front of their eyes. So perhaps that is why such opinions should be taken as for what it is and be accepted, because you can understand the other person is making the comment and opinion based on what's in his memory or what's in her memory and not what's the actuality. That's why it's going to be different from yours, if whether yours is coming from your memory as well or it's about the actuality of the thing. So at least you know why these simple things are still look like they have different opinion on some things that is just apparent. That could be one reason. Now, let's go to Anand says, it's not at all about her and her opinion of me, but I did not want it to end in hate and hope that we speak soon to dissolve grudges and end it happily. Listen, I don't understand what this hate business is all about. But if you see there's no reason for her to hate you, but she does, then it's her own issue. Why do you still need to convince her? If you really, really think that it's necessary, write a letter to her, express your opinions, and don't grovel or beg or don't do stupid things. Just intelligence, I appreciate and respect the fact that we can't get along or you have different plans for your life, and that's fine. But I don't seem to understand, and I don't believe that there's any reason for us to have this negative feelings about each other. I wish you well and hope that you will have a happy life, and all the best to you. And I would like us to be in a what is it? I would like us to be able to cordially greet each other if we run into each other than turning our heads away. That's it. Have a nice life and bye-bye. And move on. Stop this lingering about this business. She can do whatever she wants. You go and build your life. Stop fussing with it. Mehmet says, hello. Hello, Mehmet. I just wanted to say that your videos helped me a lot when I had broken up with my fiance. I'm glad that it was helpful to you, Mehmet. Thank you. Keep up the good work. Yes, you're welcome, and we will. El Haj says, I'm 23 from Minnesota. Listen, guys, the people who have been helped from this channel, I hope you guys don't forget us. Stay subscribed and share the videos that you like from time to time on your social media, because there are many topics here that we discuss, and they're not just about breakups and so on. And if they are even about breakups, but in it, there are certain kind of a wisdom that is being used, logic's being used in order to deliver that particular topics about the breakup, which that logic or that wisdom could be used in many other aspects of life, which is like what we just talked about the opinions being different, perceptions and so on, the memory and the role of the thoughts and consciousness and so on and so forth. These are the things that I want you guys to know about your own psyche, so it can help you in all aspects of your life. So don't forget us, share the videos that you like on social media, help us to grow, and at least that would be some way for you to give back to the channel if you think the channel has been instrumental and helpful in your well-being and in your happy pursuit of your life. And I thank you for that. El Haj says, I'm 23 from Minnesota. I have been talking to a girl from New York. Yes, I know about that. It's been a while now, El Haj. We have been talking about marriage. Last time we were on the phone, she said I should come over there to meet her family. I called her 3 days ago. She didn't pick up, and I haven't called her since. Yes, we talked about that, I guess, before. It wasn't 3 days ago, it was a while ago. What do you think I should do now? Nothing. I don't know when it was that she told you, come here and meet my parents. That must have been, I don't know, a couple of months ago. And then after that, you know, she changed her mind. I don't know how long ago, maybe a week ago before you called. But if she's not picking up, leave her a message and say, I look forward to come there to see you and meet your parents. If you're still up for it, give me a call. And even if you're not up for it, let me know, so I will not keep pursuing it, because I somehow don't know what is going on, because I can't reach you. Simple. Don't be, you know, intrusive, or don't be forceful. Just ask for clarity. And if she still doesn't respond, then let her go. Don't pursue. Move on. You can get the hint. Forget it. These girls or these guys, whoever it is that you are in a relationship, if you're a guy or a girl, whoever that you are, you know, getting to know, they change their minds according to what it is they're feeling that day. They're human beings. Do not think if you're falling in love with someone or like someone, that person suddenly is the wise of the world. That person is still a human being, subject to all shortcomings and changes, moods and needs, and therefore she or he could change their mind and find something that could satisfy their curiosity or satisfy their shortcomings and give them boost of confidence. And suddenly, because they're confident themselves, maybe no longer they want to pursue their previous plans with you or whatever it was. You know, some people make decisions because they don't think they are accomplished enough, and suddenly they have a burst of I don't know, enlightening, and they feel they're accomplishing something in their life, and suddenly they don't have that need to be in a relationship with someone, at least until sometime later. So these things have a lot to do with how one thinks and the movement of their thoughts and their needs and so on. So be aware of that, and don't think somebody who said something or promised something, suddenly that's going to be written in stone and they have all the reasons in the world for that and it will never change. No, they're human beings and they could change their mind based on their needs at the time. So be cool about that. Now, Princess, sir, given that you have been helping people understand themselves better for a long time, I'm sure you see a recurring pattern with how people react, think, and behave in their relationships. And he continues, but are there certain cases where they are outliers? They are outliers. I'm not familiar with that word. What would you say would be your advice to those people if you can generalize it? I got to find out what outlier mean. But are there certain cases where they are outliers? For the life of me, I don't know. Maybe I'm not as, I don't know. I don't know what that means. Anyhow, explain on that word what you mean on your last paragraph, and I will talk about it. Outlier meaning exceptions to the pattern you have been observing. Given that you have been helping people understand themselves better for a long time, I'm sure you see recurring patterns with how people react, think, and behave in their relationships. But are there certain cases where there are exceptions to the pattern you have been observing? What exceptions? It's a little riddle, Prince. If we can find patterns about how people behave in their relationships, which is quite hard because each person is different and their experiences and their consciousness is therefore their consciousness put together differently, their pattern would be in a certain specific pattern exclusive to themselves, because each consciousness is differently. Therefore, it's not like everyone's consciousness is the same. Therefore, their pattern in relationship is going to be similar. Each person's behavior and reaction and interaction with their partner in a relationship is different, because it's not just the physical interaction in that relationship, it's also emotional interaction and communication. And those emotionals have different frequencies within different people based on how they're charged and how their connection with the universal energy is. So we cannot say that there's a pattern, even though we know the dynamics of that perception, the consciousness, the role of fear, desire, and ego. These are all having something to do with the way we act and react and interact with our, possibly with our partners. However, the way I would deal with my girlfriend would be different than somebody else deals with their girlfriend, because the consciousnesses, emotional connection with the universe and experiences and the whole persona is different. So really there is no set pattern. While yes, it could be affected by their consciousness and fear, desire, and ego, but everyone's consciousness, fear, desire, ego is running on different facts and different experiences. Although the concept of interaction between these elements is a pattern, but not the actual activity of it and reaction and action and products of it. So therefore, the exception, the whole thing is an exception in every situation. And you're now asking the exception to the exception. The exception to what? It is always exception. There's no answer that I could offer on that basis. Prince. Lottie says, is there a way to be polite and friendly in a respectfully proper way so as to maintain friendship with X? Is it a continuation of another question, that question, Lottie? I think you had a question here. So there's generally a clear difference between right and wrong, but sometimes it really seems to be just a matter of opinion, how to react to compromise. Okay, yeah, we talked about that, or at least agree to disagree. Now you're continuing it by saying, but are there certain cases where they are, no, you're saying, is there a way to be polite and friendly in a respectfully proper way so as to maintain friendship with the ex? Are you talking about the ex now? Because before, the question before, I thought you were talking about just two people, not romantically involved. But you're talking about X now. So I take it that question was also about X. So is there a friendly and respectful, proper way, polite, friendly, respectful, and proper way, so as to maintain friendship with X in light of difference of opinion? Is that what you're saying? Yes, of course. Just simply recognize and understand that people are different, and you're entitled to have an opinion about something, and he or she is entitled to have an opinion about something. Therefore, that simply you can respond that I understand what you mean. Yeah, perhaps that is how you see it. I just see it differently. I think it's because we have different experiences, and therefore we are relying on those experiences to interpret the situation for ourselves. And of course, then in this case, each one of us are interpreting it differently. And I guess that's how we humans function. Simple. And move over. No drama. Princess, sorry for the confusion, sir. I didn't mean to give a burden question. Drink something. Yes, I will. I should. That was a trick question, I think, but you didn't know it. Anand says, I wrote the letter ago, you mean a while ago. She replied saying she wouldn't like to be in touch in any ways. I value her as a person and not just X, similar to Lotta's question. Well, look, what are you waiting for, Anand? You have done whatever you could have done as a civilized person interested in keeping a relationship cordial, even though it's broken up. So at least there would be no ill feeling. But you have to understand, it is not your fault that she feels the way she feels. She might be from a culture that is trying to deny that she ever knew another guy. So when she's going to meet the next guy, she can say, no, I don't know anybody. I have not been. So no other guy is going to say anything to this new guy, or no word would be going around that she knew you, or I don't know what their intention is. But whatever it is, you should not be concerned about it. It is not your job to go and try to clean up people's mental mess. It is what she wants to create as a barrier, or as a front, or as a pretentious way of living. She's never been with another guy. Okay, now she's the virgin monument for the new guy. That's what some of the girls want to portray themselves as, because that's how their culture has brainwashed them, that they have to pretend that they have never had any experience with another opposite sex, and it's all it's totally pure for this new guy. It's their way of bargaining. So I give myself to you pure, so you have to now give me more stuff, or respect me, or think of me in a certain way. It's all about, perceptions, and they're killing each other to be perceived in a light that they want to be perceived as, rather than live your life free. You had a boyfriend, now you're not, so you can still say hello, or if you don't want to, no problem. Respect it and move on, and stop lingering on it. It's none of your, responsibility to try anymore. You've tried, and she already told you she doesn't want to be in contact with you. So what the hell is it that you constantly go on about it? Let it go now. You're becoming, you begin to lose your respect and become annoying to her. And annoying is a social behavior, proper social behavior. Leave it alone. Move. Doesn't matter what she says. You don't need her affirmation. We are again back to that affirmation. If you can see, that is exactly why you keep pursuing her. Leave her. Her opinion doesn't matter about you. That's what you should understand. You are who you are, and you're fine and great and wonderful. Move on. Move on. Champion says, how do you deal with the trauma? It depends on what kind of trauma. I was involved in a car accident a few days ago. How bad was the car accident? Is it worthy of trauma? Because right now everything is fresh for her. I don't know how bad the accident was. Have you been hurt badly, or is it just the fact that you were startled? And again, let me know where you're tuning in from, how old you are, if you're a man or a woman, because really, champion, neither picture nor there's no picture there, and the word champion doesn't tell me anything. It just tells me that you're a champion. And that's good. I don't know champion in what. So first of all, let me know if you're healthy, if you're fine, if you've been hurt or, you know, injured, and then talk about what kind of trauma. What do you mean? Petra says, I think there is no use of maintaining friendship with an ex. If you still want to be friends, you still have hopes. Better to forget and forgive, especially yourself, and find someone else. Very good, Petra. You have graduated from this live talk. Sehr gut, Petra. All right. Anan says, so I should stop being nice person. Is it bad to be generous? Look, this is not about being nice person. It is about you seeking attention. You're seeking attention of the others, especially this girl, to recognize you as a good person. That itself is a need. You have the need for other people to see you as a nice person. Otherwise, focus on the truth. If you're a nice person, which you are, then that's all it matters. It doesn't matter who sees it, who doesn't. All it matters is the truth. The truth, facts about your relationship with nature, with life. And that's what it is. If you're a nice person, you do things that is generous and nice, that's all it matters. It doesn't matter who sees it, who recognizes it, who gives you the kudos. So move on. And this, what you're doing, is not being nice, is being pestering her. Leave her alone. You're nice, be nice, and offer it to the people who expect it, ask it, want it, and therefore you establish interaction with them and be nice to them. Be nice to people who ask for it and want you to be in touch with them. And if somebody doesn't want you to be in touch with them and you still think being in touch with them and being nice with them is nice, then no, that's annoying. That's not being nice. That's being not nice. So nice means go on your way and don't worry about her anymore. Champion says, Los Angeles, 25 male. I'm not hurt. Lol. Okay, if you're not hurt, then what the hell are you talking about trauma? What trauma? You had an accident, 25 years old, young man, you'll forget about it. Just if it was your fault, drive better, more careful. If it was their fault, drive better, more careful, and watch for the traffic that is not being careful. So that means you're just going to become more skillful in your driving. There's no trauma. You'll forget it. Don't worry about it. Move on. Mayrelo says, do you believe in the red thread of fate? Okay, again, I need to be educated. A red thread of fate. Please explain. What does that mean? And that kind of stuff. I don't know the analogy of red thread of fate. I can Google it later on, but right now maybe you can explain it. Petra says, danke. Bitte schön. Bitte schön. Marielos says the evil kind of laugh. What? Did I have an evil laugh? That's Dr. Evil for you, not evil alone. It's Dr. Evil's laugh. You've seen Power. What is it? What was the name? Mike Myers movies. Austin Powers movies. Dr. Evil. Well, guys, it looks to me that we have answered all the questions. And if there is none more, I would like to ask you all, please like. Please like. There's only 6 likes. I'm surprised. There are 20 people here, and I've got 6 likes. Is that really seriously, guys? Is that how you guys gonna help us grow? Go for it. I want to see that number to there we go. That's nice. 8. Now the rest. There are 10 people. There are 10 people. One of them just flew off. I can see everything now on this one. Nobody can fool me anymore. Everything is right here. How many people say? How many people are there? And now it's off balance. There are 8 people, but 9 likes. Which one of you clicked 2 times? I like this. Google's live streaming. Now, can you guys let me know how the quality of the live streaming was today? Was anything lagging? Was the quality of the camera was good and everything? Because it seems awesome from here. I mean, from now on, I will not use the other one that I've been using. I'll use this one. Why not? And then says, got your point, Mehran, sir. We'll stop pursuing here. Yes, good. Move on. Respect yourself. And this means move on with your life. Build your life. Don't worry about her. Lottie says, sometimes when you are talking to someone, you become aware that you are talking at cross purposes. I can't work out where this conversation is going. How to politely move on from conversation. Well, you can simply make it easy for yourself. 2 ways. One is to be, if depending on the kind of situation you are and kind of person you're talking to, if it's just a person you know, and you can simply be friendly and say, look, I really don't know where this conversation is going now. It's digressed. It's going somewhere that I'm not following anymore. So why don't we just move on to something else? Or if you sometimes are in a conversation and the conversation goes somewhere that you don't know where it's going, you can simply say, well, I'm sure we both need to ponder on this and figure out maybe at leisure time, some other time. So right now, what about, I don't know, the rain that was coming yesterday? Something, change the subject there. Just give this transition of, perhaps we both got to ponder on this and figure out what it really entails. And now, what about the, I don't know, the news of something? You come up with the new a subject of conversation that you want to move it towards and change it that way. Unless I have a specific example, this would be a generic one that came to mind. Petra says, live stream was not so good. Picture was bad. Really? Then why the heck am I seeing myself so clear than I've ever seen it? Really, the configuration is not good. Huh. Micah says, good quality, dude. Oh, now I've got 2 different. Petra says was bad, was not so good. Picture was bad. And Michael says it's really good quality. Champion says, I have nothing but nice things to say about you. Champion, was that the question? I think I asked for how the quality of the picture is. And thank you for that good comment. I appreciate that. David says it was a little blurry for me. Oh, you mean, David, before when we were doing an OBS was better than this? On OBS, I could see myself cutting and going off. The whole picture was bad. This one was smooth all through. Petra says yes, blurry. So 2 people blurry. Michael says good quality. Olga says hello, late but I'm here. Olga, you should be punished by being late. Go stand on the corner of the class or bring the teacher a cup of tea. Where have you been? The class is almost over. Good that you could make it. I'm glad that you're here. Quality of video is bad for me, unfortunately. Oh, again, the third one. I meant the audio quality. Oh, the audio quality is good. Lottie says, I'm thinking maybe it's good. What? The stream quality or what we talked about? Michael says, it's true that the video quality isn't so good. Oh, really? Lottie says, yes, I got no videos, Lottie says, yes, I got no video stopping, but slight blurry at times. Olga, but it's not lagging, just the image is bad. Oh, all right, guys, I got to look into it. Thanks for letting me know. In here, it's like a high definition camera picture. Very clear, very brisk, and very good quality. Okay, I'll look into it. I thought this is better than OBS. So all of you think if I use OBS, what we've been using is better than this? Please respond to this before you all go. So you feel our last or previous streaming, which was done by OBS, Open Broadcasting System, was better quality in picture and sound than this one, which is Google Chrome that I'm using. I got fooled by it because it looks so clear here, which by OBS I never saw it that clear. It was always going back and forth, sometimes okay, but always had these movements and so on at some point. All right, let me see if you guys have responded to me. Michael says, it's true that the video quality isn't so good. Okay. Yes, I got no video, so okay, but it's not lagging. Olga says, but it's not lagging, just the image is bad. David says, I think the other streaming might be clear. Okay. Before it was better. Petra, okay. David, it's spending all the data on you. Just kidding. Spending all the data on you. What the hell does that mean, David? I know it's funny, but I don't know what it means. It's just funny. Lottie says, I think this streaming is better because no stopping. You guys are doing a very good job to confuse the hell out of me. So it's bad, but it's better. I'm going to have to wrap my head around that. It's just going to be a year or two from now. Olga says, before it was better. Okay. But before it lagged for me at times. Okay. And now it's not. Okay. So the quality was better last time. Quality of the picture was better by OBS, but it was lagging. Here, the quality of picture is not so good, but it's not lagging. It's streaming through. Anand says, Mehran sir, it also depends on the setting. Each one of has for pixels, so nothing bad of your camera. Viewers have to keep 720p to watch it in HD. So you're saying that it could be other people's camera that he has to see it at 720 pixels to watch it. But you know, I don't want it to be burden for you guys. I want to figure out how I can broadcast it so it will be all good for any receiver. Olga says, you got it. Yes, thank you. Totally confused. Anand says, and YouTube sets it automatically depending on the strength of network user has. Michael says, that's why I'm telling you that you should start drinking beer and you won't see the difference of quality. Listen, I am satisfied with the quality of what I'm seeing today. Changing from OBS to Chrome has made a big difference here. It didn't lag, it wasn't distorted, and the quality is great, and it's really, really good. However, you guys are not. So the problem is with you guys. Let's point a finger. And Michael says, yeah, the beer thing. Yeah, well, you know. And then says 720 is not working for me. Okay, guys, I got the feedbacks. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I will look into it. I will learn more and research and see why, as good as it looks here, the Chrome live streaming for YouTube has not produced as good of a picture quality as OBS did. And if I can change any configurations like I could do with OBS, I will try to learn that as well. I'll go on YouTube and figure out why, and hopefully I'll have eventually we'll have a better bandwidth or whatever the word is. No, Anand, I did not miss your question. I purposely ignored it because you were going on back to the same thing. Let's end it on where we agreed that you understood and you made the decision not to pursue her. And let's end it there. It doesn't matter what triggers you. Everything triggers every one of us. Disregard the trigger. It's not a disease. It's your interest to go back in there because you have this need for her to affirm you. Stop the need. You do not need her, and just move on with your life. That's why I ignored it purposely, because I don't want to keep talking about something that you've already come to a conclusion. And that conclusion was not to pay attention to her and move on, and not to pursue her, and not to be bothered by trying to get her like you or be in contact with whatever. Just move on. Don't give a damn. Don't give a shit. Just move on. Focus on your life. That's why. There we go. Petra also sends you an answer. Michael says, by the way, I didn't hear your answer regarding my question for you to start drinking beer 30 minutes ago, because I was calling my ex, I'm a very bad student. No, it wasn't 30 minutes ago. It was only just a few minutes ago, 30 seconds ago maybe. But the good thing is, Michael, that I think there was no answer. I just laughed and I said, yeah, maybe someday. I remember when I did go to Germany and I would go to a disco in this particular town. It had alt beer, and I really liked alt beer. And I don't know how many I had that evening, the numbers, because the alt beer was coming in small cups, small glasses, and I really enjoyed it, full of vitamin B, and I didn't get a hangover. I didn't even get drunk. It was just amazingly delicious. But I don't drink anymore. I never really drank. Sometimes after soccer games or Aikido practice, when we had celebrations, we had some tequila and some some sake and things like that. Or after soccer practice, we had some beer maybe, or some wine. Or if I was with my girlfriend, we enjoyed a good, nice Japanese sweet wine. It was a cheap wine. We were students, and it was called Akadama. Akadama cherry wine. It was lovely, but it was all just a occasional thing. I was never into drinking at all. It was just some kind of a leisure type drinking. But I haven't drank for God knows how long. I don't know. It's been probably, I don't know, 25 years. I don't enjoy drinking. I like, I'm higher when I'm more sober. The more sober I am, the higher I am. And that's what I like it to be. So that's the real answer now. Michael, the first one. Petra, no, it wasn't Dusseldorf. It was, I was in Castellan. I think, yeah, I was in, no, was I? I think it was, I don't know, Bad Honnef or Castellan, or Koblenz. Koblenz or Bad Honnef. I'm not sure. It was a long while ago. Yeah, Altbier. I like it. I like it. Anand, you can message me and I'll see how your time and my time is. But it's very difficult because there's so many things going on with my businesses and also with activities. I'm not sure, but I'll see what happens. Okay, guys. So I think we've done enough today, and I thank you very much for spending your time with me. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I love you all. Thank you for being here. Please share the videos, if you will, on your social media. Help us to grow, and I will look forward to talk to you soon. In the meantime, take good care of yourself and to the others. And again, I look forward to talk to you soon. Bye for now.